Okay, so I had another question. It's quite interesting. I actually burst out laughing when I read it. Where do tigers poop? That sounds so funny. Well, just where they want to. That is actually the right answer. But to give an idea, I think they try and keep that one side. I've noticed that they would walk over to the furthest place. That would be the place where Enzo is heading right now. Right over here. And this is where they do their business. So there you can see a bit further also, right in that corner. That is where they do it. And they never, you will not find them doing that number 2 right in this area over here. They just won't do it. But I think what they do is they mark their area. So that's the furthest place. And then right there in the corner on the other side of the pool, I have seen them do it there as well. So yeah, I think they mark off their territory with that. And also when I walk right through the house to the other side, there is a spot where they do their business. There's not much left if, let me put it like this, if the quality of the meat that they are being fed is very good, there's not a lot of wastage. So it does not bother a lot. It's not like the dogs. That's Diego taking a swipe at me again. But he missed. Enzo saying sorry for what Diego just tried. Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to say is they do not do their number 2 where they are living or where they spend most of their time. They would very much prefer to keep the area where they spend most of their time clean. Enzo has been known to, well, do it in the pool a lot. You would clean up the pool, you'll put in new water, everything would be great, and within 5 minutes Enzo would poop in the pool. He does that. So I've thought of, well, when I start putting water in the pool, let me just put in a small amount, like 10 or 20 liters. And then when he's done doing his business, I'll take out the water again and then refresh it with, put in fresh water again. So that is actually the right way to clean their pool. The other thing is the number 1. Where do they pee? Well, if it's not on me, like Diego tried a few seconds ago, then it is also in certain areas. On these walls that I do have here, you can see darker spots where they do tend to do the number 1. Even on this glass, that glass is supposed to go up here, and I just never had a chance to put it up, and it's been standing there for 5 years and I just never started doing it. So we'll probably get around to it pretty soon. There you can see a darker spot on the wall, so that is where they will be. And then a very funny thing, I've got a drain right about there, a water drain, just in case of flooding. Some of the water can get out into the park, and Enzo would go and squat right on that drain and pee right down it. He just knows that that is the right place to do it. I've never showed it to him, he just knew it. That's also something that I will get into. These tigers are influenceable by your thoughts. Because I was just thinking about that, and then he started doing it. So he should have got it. He got it from me somehow, and I didn't teach him that. So I always tell people, be very careful what you think about when you're around tigers. They can sense your thoughts. And I know that sounds pretty crazy. There, she just got a scare. I'm glad I got that on. Show you, never trust a tiger. Even though the cat was just sitting there, minding her own business, looking away, being vulnerable, Enzo did actually go right up to her and she got a scare. That is a lesson that you cannot teach any animal or any person for that matter. If they get away with it, like she just did, that's the best lesson and the best way it could have turned out ever, because she's not going to go close to that fence again. So this little one had that scare and she came out of it when I took her, went in there and I took her from Diego. And yeah, so that's one thing about these videos that I make. I don't edit on them. And if I do, it would be for some silly reason. But I try to keep it as real as possible, without showing anybody anything that's not true. I think it's very serious stuff, and we have to, I want to give the message right. I don't want to pretend and tell people that tigers are just these little cuddly animals that you can go into and have fun with. They're not. In any case, getting back to where they do their number 1 and number 2, this tree also shows signs of being urinated on for quite some time. So they actually walk up to it, they pee against it, they walk away. Easy as that. So there's a couple of places where they urinate. Just showing you. We're going to go through here. Just to show you some more places. Just yeah. There you can see some of the darker spots on the wall. That's where they also urinate. Right up to this side. There you can see it pretty well. So they do urinate everywhere. They actually mark the territory. There is more of a number 2. And notice that it's also again at the furthest part of their enclosure. So they tend to mark it off by doing it in the corners. And that's good for me, because it gives me a certain area to clean. I don't need to clean everywhere all the time, but they feel comfortable here in this area. They know this area. They know that between those places where they do their number 1 and number 2, that's where they live. And it's actually quite interesting to see them not do it right in their living room, let me put it like that. So yeah, I will have to make a new video sooner or later about when Enzo was little and he was sleeping right inside the house, that is. And he wasn't that little after a while. He was about 170 kilograms. That's more than 300 pounds, and still sleeping inside the house every night. That's what makes the difference, you know. Someone can take a tiger and do something and get them in the house and get them out, take a couple of pictures, and it's done. But that was actually when Enzo was still living permanently in the house. He had access to everything except the outside or places where he can get out, because we were very cautious. But never do that, because you will reach a border line that cannot be crossed. So I've pushed it up to that 320 pound mark. Then one night he just got on top of me and I couldn't move. He was too big. In the bed, sitting right. It was winter time, I can remember that. It was cold. I was lying in bed with the blankets, under the blankets, and then with a 300-pound tiger lying on top of your chest with access to your face, without your hands being on the outside to protect yourself. And spending a few minutes in that position makes you realize immediately why you have to start letting him sleep outside. So that was a very good lesson to me, and to realize his strength and his weight. And that was how Enzo actually started to sleep outside, and he was hot as we were being cold. So that definitely makes a big difference when you're lying under the covers trying to get a little bit of heat, and there's a wet tiger that just got out of the pool climbing on top of you with his 300 pounds. So that's the experience that I've got with these tigers. That's a different kind of experience. I don't think that anybody is going to do it ever again. I think they should listen to me and don't. Enzo just went right past my finger, touching my finger, saying, "Hi, how are you?" Felt so good. But please, people, don't see this as a competition. Please don't think that I am trying to compete against other people that has big cats, or rescue centers for that matter, or anybody that has got experience on this. I'm sure they've got their experience, I've got mine, and I'm not trying to be competition in any form. Yes, thanks a lot for watching. I'm trying to make these videos round about this length. It takes a bit of much. I don't rehearse this, I don't write it down. I'm just standing here talking and telling a story, and I hope that people can learn something from it. Even if they disagree with me, just consider what I'm saying, and maybe I'm right. I think I might just be, since I've been doing this totally different from anyone else. Thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and watch some of my older videos. If you've got any comments or questions, put them in the comment section. Don't worry, I've been criticized a lot. I can take it. I'm a big boy, and I don't really get offended. I can get through. I got through a lot before in my life, and I think this is not that much. So have a good night and talk to you soon.